Salutations, everyone. Welcome out to the Cars, Bars, and Guitars podcast, episode number 36. I'm AJ.
I'm Steve.
Steve, who are we brought to you today by?
Blame Canada for Foster's Australian beer, but never the Australian Shepherd. Speaking of, Caitlin's folks got an Australian Shepherd puppy, and this is the cutest thing ever.
It really is. It's so fluffy. I must touch it. I must love it. Well, Steve, what
are you saying you could die?
I could die happy. I don't want to, though. Steve, what are we drinking today?
La fin du monde. I don't speak French, but when I do, it is the end of the world.
And we feel fine.
Because yesterday was Canada Day, so I decided today's theme is Canada.
Yes. And, by the way, it's the only non-shitty beer we could find for Canada.
Yeah. Well, at least with under 24 hours notice that the local food dog had aforementioned Foster's lager and ale in hilariously huge cans, but the more time that passes, the better that beer does not get.
Yeah, I'm usually off on Tuesday, but I had to write the schedule a certain way, so I had to work, did not have a chance to go buy Total Wine, which I need to be a member of because everybody there knows me by now and says, why are you not a member of this place? But I've got
That's
time.
A thing?
So, Steve.
What incentives does one have being a member at the Total Wine?
Not a fucking clue. Did not ask. Spend even more, or get coupons to get me to spend more money, thus negating saving money.
Yes.
Yes.
I often fall in that trap, and that's where I am. That's how and why I'm where I am today.
By the way, I love the shirt. Eat food,
not drugs. Courtesy of Cousin Ian's restaurant in Charleston, South Carolina. If you find yourself there, dude, check out the Boxcar Betty's.
Oh my God, that is so good. If you have not had La Fin du Monde, it is from Unibrew, ale brewed with spices, bottle fermented, 9%. Chambly, Quebec. I think that's. Let me peel the fucking sticker off. Ooh, it's one of those. I spoke too soon. There we go. Chambly, QC, Canada. Like that's Quebec City. Yeah. These labels.
QC is a postal abbreviation for Quebec.
Okay, that's what I thought.
There is a Quebec City,
right,
which is the other big city beyond Montreal. There.
La Fin du Monde recreates the style of beer originally developed in the Middle Ages by Trappist monks for special occasions.
Better let them out.
A golden ale, mildly yeasty with notes of malt, fruit, spice, followed by a smooth, dry finish. This is one of my favorites, Steve, and it conjures up memories of our end-of-the-world plate party we had on December 21st, 2012. That was fun, from what I remember of it. I mean, it was 7 years ago, which means you had just turned 30, right?
31.
I forget that, man. I'm really bad at ages.
It was right after my Baskin-Robbins birthday.
That's right. They do have 31 flavors, don't they? Do they spell it with a U?
They're not Canadian, so no.
Wait.
Flavors.
Flavor. Well, if we're going to do a Canada episode, let's see. You want to do the music first? You want to do the beer? Or...
well, we're already on the beer tangent, so I guess that's as good as anything.
Without looking anything up, you got Molson and Moosehead.
Labatt.
Which is Labatt.
The Labatt Blue I didn't mind. Labatt Blue Light, however.
You want your water even
waterier? Yeah. Watery water. Watery water?
Water. Wabbas. Mr. Testa. I thought about messaging him and telling him I still have the Jeep that he sold me, but it's a good Jeep, and I'm taking it back and forth to the coast. I can't think of any other Canadian beer right off the top of my head.
No, just the derivatives thereof, like Molson Triple X. Like I
call
that one bottled Canadian porn.
Got to be some Canadian porn stars too. But,
yeah.
Did they like anal? Canadian beer. Do you have it pulled up on your tablet?
Yeah, if it'll cooperate.
That's okay. That's hilarious. It has La Fin du Monde, Molson, Labatt Blue, and Moosehead in one picture. Surely that's not all of them. Yeah, it might be most of them. Wow, check out the old school can of Molson Canadian Lager. That's delicious.
Oh, that's cool. Maldite is another one from Unibrew. I've had that one.
I don't think I've had that one. Do you remember
everything...
what style it was?
No, that's what we're looking it up right here.
Nice.
Maldite, Unibrew, first brewery to distribute strong beer in Quebec when Maldite hit grocery stores in November 1992. This distinct beer's name translates to damned and is reminiscent of the Chasse Galerie, which tells a group of lumberjacks selling their souls to the devil. Maldite's ABV does seem to be sinfully strong, but it's a beautiful, complex beer with spicy, chocolatey, and fruity notes and a velvety... liquid texture.
There you go. That's my favorite band. My favorite band, Liquid Texture Experiment. Kokanee. Creston is a pleasant town nestled in British Columbia's underrated Purcell Mountains, which means its water source is remarkably pristine. So you can get your kokanee. Kokanee are actually landlocked sockeye salmon that turn bright red on their last suicidal dash to their mating grounds.
Interesting.
That's the most death metal thing I've ever heard in my life.
So how do they taste? How does suicidal salmon taste?
Funny.
What are these tendencies?
That sounds delicious. And these are the top 10 on Ask Men, Become a Better Man website. La Fin du Mond's number 7 out of the top 10. I can't imagine there being 6 beers better in Canada, but I'll continue.
It does take a while for that to get from there to here.
Yeah, the shipping's a bitch over there.
Uh-huh.
Sleeman's Honey Brown Lager. Sleeman. Steve with an L. Our Uncle George is a man's man, the kind of man who will shoot a deer in the morning, build a deck in the afternoon, finish it all off with a steak the size of a football. George Sleeman started making beer in the 1800s. To produce 2 pounds of honey, a bee will travel the equivalent of 4 times the circumference of the planet. I don't know why that's in here, but I mean, it's... Alexander Keith's India Pale Ale. One of Thomas's friends from high school was Alexander Keith. Was his name.
So now he's making Canadian beer, eh?
Since 1820. He must have that fucking Dorian Gray's disease or something. Moosehead's ranked higher than Le Fin du Monde. Get the entire fuck out of here. Molson Export. Well, how is that different?
Because
don't say the obvious.
Probably that would have been the first beer that they sold that was shipped outside of Canada.
Fair enough.
And then that style, evolved into its own, and they started selling, conventional Molson, Molson Light, Molson Triple X, and now it's all Molson Miller.
Milser. Labatt Blue is ranked number 1 over Le Fin du Monde. And it's ranked by a Canadian, but they don't fucking know beer. They do know their hockey.
Well, isn't that where the show Trailer Park Boys is from? So
your
mileage may vary.
No shit. I had no idea. Let's see. We got, just out of curiosity, Canadian porn star. Famous porn stars from Canada. Meet the Canadian porn star who is going to sleep with 23 men on her 23rd birthday. Champion of champions. Debbie does ours, eh? Shay Seitz. Don't know who that is. She's 45, though, so that window's closing. Shyla Styles doesn't do it for me. Nope. None of these women are doing it for me, actually. But there's a random picture of Cameron Diaz. It's
what are they trying to tell you?
It's that clickbait shit. Like you won't believe what. Oh, hello, Toby Pacific. That'll work.
How's she doing? Alaska.
That's enough of that. Yeah, this is kind of a brand new phone. I don't want to infest it with gentleman's literature, as James May would say.
Have you heard of privacy mode?
Yeah, but then it doesn't disable the pop-up. No, I'm not going there.
Wrong pop-up. That's not how that works.
I say we go to Canadian bands next.
All right.
Since the beer is quite literally, without looking up any, right? So without even looking it up yet, we can do pretty good. So they're the obvious choice.
Rush. Our Lady Peace.
I did not know Our Lady Peace was Canadian. 3 Days Grace is from Canada.
Metric.
Nickelback.
Who's the band? The Guess Who.
That's right. They are from Canada. I thought we would be a little bit.
Thanks for not getting stuck in that loop.
Yeesh.
I don't know. Who are you talking about?
Yeah,
the Tragically Hip.
I didn't know they were from Canada. I've not listened to any of their catalog.
It's been a long time.
What was their What was the main the frontman's name?
Dude, I'm already stretching here.
Well, I think he died. He died recently. And I can't remember his name. It was on ultimateguitar.com, but I don't remember what his name was. But
sounds like a tragic occurrence.
And you said Econoline Crush.
Yes.
I can't name any other song by them except the one that everybody knows.
All That You Are?
Yes. Of course, I didn't know what the name of it was.
It's that one that you've heard, but it's been 20 years.
True, but I'm a stickler for knowing names of songs. It's Emily that's not. So you found a giant leaf of bands.
Yes. During the last break, I just posted that to our Facebook users, and I should know in a week if it worked or not.
Web demographic survey, no.
I do believe the FaceBase page likes you more than me.
Oh? It just...
I've tried posting stuff too, and it doesn't appear to show up.
There's that weird thing that pops up on the computer sometimes. Steve built this computer that I currently use. I don't know what this thing is.
HP built it. I merely got it working again.
Fair enough.
Thanks, Bob. Something about the eventual free computer this was.
Correct. So yeah, if you don't know what we're talking about with Steve's leaf of Canadian bands, it will make more sense on the FaceBase page.
Or look up Econoline Crush's FaceBase page and find the leaf of bands that I can't even find on the tablet. I feel so lost.
Oh, I Lobster and Never Flounder. Arcade Fire is from Canada, and I've never heard any of their stuff either. Am I missing anything?
It's one of those that I've listened to a long time ago, and I think they're good. Apparently, they're hitting top to lists. But
the band,
Levon Hellman and such,
Bryan Adams.
Canada has apologized many times for
I forgot Sum 41 and Avril Lavigne.
Avril, yes. Sum 41 I didn't know that other Blink-182 was from there.
Steve, I am extremely sad we didn't remember.
The doctor said my mom should have been an abortion. That was such a great line.
Alanis Morissette is Canadian.
Mm-hmm.
Completely forgot about that. Billy Talent.
I think I remember listening to him and really not liking his stuff.
No. And Annihilator, death metal band.
Not the best of the genre.
No, I think they.
Alice in Hell.
But I'm pretty sure Annihilator has a song which is still funny to this day. It's just called Maximum Satan. Alex is on Fire. Or Alexis on Fire?
I think it's Alexis on Fire, but I always liked Alex is on Fire. Someone I dated 8 or 9 years ago was big into Canadian bands, so that's how I know a lot of these, but don't recall much because that's been a long time since The Doctor.
Anvil.
They had the documentary that the band's still trucking along, but have been playing for 40 years, but never made it big.
No. But and everybody had like really good things to say about them.
Yeah.
Except Wile E. Coyote. It never worked out for him. Blue Blue Rodeo. Don't know who that is. Broken Social Scene.
That's another one that I've heard the name, but
Jesus Christ.
don't recall.
Canadian indie rock band, musical collective including as few as 6 and as many as 19 members.
Do it now.
There you go. 19 members. Neil Young. Neil Young is Canadian. Celine Dion is Canadian.
She's famously French-Canadian that she didn't fully speak English when her first hit landed.
Right.
I'm your lady, and you're my man.
Whenever you reach for me.
I do all that I can.
We're heading for something. I didn't realize between the
What
two
the
of us.
hell is happening as we're singing this song? And that's enough of that.
Joni Mitchell is Canadian, as is Shania Twain.
That one I did know.
Yep, I knew that and I forgot about it.
Yeah, I was like, all these things, like, yeah, it's...
Leonard Cohen.
Rest in pieces.
Nelly Furtado.
What?
Nelly Furtado is Heart. Wait. First found success in Canada is what it says. Okay, that doesn't count. You misled me. They are very American. There's Geddy Lee on here, and it already had Rush.
I'm unfamiliar with Geddy Lee's solo work.
You too. Sarah McLachlan. I didn't know she was Canadian.
Please save the puppies.
She did it for me back in the day. The video to Building a Mystery. That Katie Lang. She didn't do it for me, but I was not her target demographic, if I'm honest. So, Tegan and Sarah, indie synth pop. I believe you. Triumph, prog metal, heavy metal, late 70s through the 80s.
Bell.
Oh, okay.
Canadian band name for English motorcycle.
Broken Social Scene was a shoegaze rock band. Feist, Leslie Feist, is a Canadian indie pop singer.
Most notable for the iPod commercial.
Carly Rae Jepsen is Canadian.
I keep getting her and Rebecca Black mixed up.
No, one is much more tolerable.
One has talent.
One actually it has talent. I don't believe in a hell, but I got to imagine on repeat in hell
like that.
is Rebecca Black, and she has another song called Saturday that I have not listened to because
That Night's Alright for Fighting.
That movie was great. Michael Bublé is Canadian.
Ugh.
The Bachman Turner Overdrive.
Really?
Yeah.
So I didn't realize that if they take care of business, it's done in metric.
Voivod, thrash progressive metal.
Oh, hell yeah.
Here's another one we should have known. Bare Naked Ladies.
Yep.
We should have remembered, rather.
Yeah.
Simple Plan. Never a big fan.
Dogmas Hate Me.
The New Pornographers. Jangle Pop.
That is the best band name ever. They may be a little too bubbly for your liking, but they're quite good.
Biff Naked. You remember Biff Naked?
Negative.
Here we go. I'll pull up the picture of her because it's just a her.
Great Big C's fantastic. They are from Newfoundland, but sound like they're Irish.
Interesting. That's Biff Naked. Please don't ask me to. I don't know what she sounds like.
From the looks of it looks like if China from the World Wrestling Federation were to be a singer. And now I'm shaking in my socks over here.
Hey, you want a? Do you want a hammer? Because you nailed it. Peaches. Synth pop.
Finger 11.
I didn't know Finger 11 was. I don't know who Jeff Healey is. Oh, a blind Canadian jazz and blues rock vocalist. Theory of a Dead Man. Makes me envy the deaf. Thank you, Steve.
Local Rabbits.
That's a great name.
Bass is bass, spelled bass is bass.
By the way, when we did Chicago bands, every now and then I'll just pull up the sound clip of you saying acid horse, and I'll laugh my tits off.
Yeah, they're still not there.
Gordon Lightfoot. Don't know who that is.
Easy listening. The wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald is fantastic.
Huh.
I mean, the song, not the event. Started those that died in the Great Lakes.
Kitty.
Oh, God. Ugh.
I gotta tell you, that's kind of a guilty pleasure song for me. I kind of like that song. But that's the only Kitty song I can name. So, Loverboy. Loverboy's Canadian. I didn't know Loverboy was Canadian.
Working for the weekend, working during the weekend, whatever.
They're Skinny Puppy.
Crash Vegas. Gonna be doing that soon.
Yes, you are. Deborah Cox. R&B. Nobody remember that song, How Did You Get Here? Nobody's Supposed to Be Here?
Negative.
All right, that interesting. Mastercraft. Except there's no vowels. Canadian electronic duo from Toronto.
I just saw that pop up on here. Like,
3 Inches of Blood. Thrash Viking metal. Nice. Strapping Young Lad.
Hot Heat.
Oh, yeah. I didn't know Strapping Young Lad was there. Devin Townsend.
I didn't know that either.
Interesting. Silverstein.
Like Shell.
Crash Test Dummies.
Nice.
Once there was this kid. Got into an accident and something on the school bus, whatever. Wolf Parade.
Nice. That Adam told me about them, and everything Adam recommends is good.
So I've noticed. Tokyo Police Club. The Art of Dying. I've heard of
from
them.
America back in the day.
There's Tragically Hip.
Wait, they're not from Japan?
Oh, fuck yes, bud. Snow. And fall. Ricky boom boom down.
Do it now?
Snow.
That doesn't ring a bell, and from the sounds of it, I don't want it to.
The song Informer. You know that song. I know you do. The Cowboy Junkies.
Well, I was at the beach. I had Cowboy Mouse stuck in my head, but not.
I don't think they
Cowboy
play
Junkies.
anymore. They used to be in Charlotte every fucking weekend. Corey Hart. Huh. Sunglasses at night.
They're downstairs, and it's not quite night.
Fucked up.
We were hearing about them.
Huh. There's Anvil again. Swollen Members. Swollen Members is a Canadian hip-hop group from Vancouver, consisting mainly of the duo Mad Child and Prevail. Interesting. Mercedes Lanter. Protest the Hero.
That almost rings a bell.
Originally named Happy Go Lucky. Colin McDonald. That's a horrible fucking name. The Irish Rovers. That's a good name. Men Without Hats. I didn't know their safety dance was America's Hat. Helix. Alana Miles. Raina Maida. Dave Baksh.
There's a Quebec band called Fuck the Facts. Grindcore.
Oh boy.
Oh dear. I don't know how to pronounce
Bless you.
CSEJV.
What in the Bjork is that shit?
Well, Quebec is known for frosty black metal. Pronounce chiche, stand out from their peers. And another one that's Cthulhu. Naturally, it's very Lovecraft inspired. All right, so apparently Quebec is made of black metal, so that's fun.
Well, Justin Bieber's Canadian too.
Saves me from saying it. Which is funny. That
Drake, the rapper. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, if you call it that. I mean. All right, I'm pulling up Informer.
Yes, he's from there.
I'm pulling up Informer because I know you've heard this.
And I think the more time that passes, like, well,
God damn it.
at least like Bieber's dropped a few octaves. His antics are irritating, but at least his music is less so. That This is gonna get breathy. It could be rapping over this.
No.
No one really cares what he has to say, but hey, he's gonna set us on fire now. What's up?
Your favorite breathy artist?
What, Delilah the DJ?
No, that well.
Or,
that. Flyleaf.
Yeah.
Do you know what
makes
that's?
me sick.
They're supposed to put a gate on the vocals so you don't catch as much of the breath, because when you compress the vocals, you make all those quiet sounds louder too. So that's definitely here's Informer. White Canadian rap.
I like his version better. This does not ring a bell.
Oh my goodness, it's so bad. It's funny and very nostalgic. Sometimes we just have a penance for nostalgia in the painful variety.
A penchant?
Penchant. What's penance?
A pendant?
Penance is when it's self-punishment, isn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, whatever, man. The fin du Mond's treating me right. Well,
yes.
You got your 2 IPAs you brought 2 weeks ago, and then I have 2 banana breads and a Baby Maker triple, or from Triple C. And we also have some tequila that I bought, which Steve is just fucking madly in love with tequila.
You too.
I say we have some of this tequila right now in bathroom cups because I'm an adult and I threw away all of my. All right, that's fucking. I don't know why I poured so fucking much.
Throwaway donuters have Thomas shoot said shot glasses.
I mean, it smells really good. And I poured a hilarious. I'm not
good at this.
Well, no, I don't pour shots. I like drinks because I'm an adult. Although, sorry, Melissa and Will, because they do still do shots. When they said that, I was like, "Really? You're still doing shots?" Like,
well, I'm still trying to do that once in a while at home too.
Oh,
and I'm thinking of, hey, have new whiskey, try new whiskey. Well, 2 ounces seems like a good time to try it out, and there's still some of that remaining.
Yeah,
wow,
yeah, that's pretty boss. But
so this is Le Fin du Bottle.
Well, you might want to wait to wash it.
Also, yes. Yeah, that's going to be quite the chaser for this. What is this anyway?
So, Steve, we're going to be drinking Olmeca Altos, 100% agave, clear or white tequila, 40% from Mexico. It's Mexico. All right. Well, at least this is going to be the least cheers ever.
I think the refrigerator kicked on as you did that. Let's see if that picked up. So it's ding.
All right, here we go. Cheers. That's not horrible.
Smooth.
Actually, yes.
Altos.
You get all the tequila flavor without getting
naked.
Damn it. Well, I kind of wanted to do that. I think life would be better if we were all nudists.
Have you seen what most Americans look like?
Yeah, I want to feel better about myself. Because
I suddenly feel much cheerier with the opposite of that statement.
I'm, believe it or not, man, I am like 20 to 25 pounds lighter than I graduated high school, though. But I lifted weights and played basketball, and so I had a little more muscle to me. Now I just don't have any.
I'm still up 35.
Yeah, but you must have been like pencil size when you were
$135.
Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I literally had the freshman 15.
Thomas wrestled at, no shit, 125, 135 in high school. Yep. He was stacked. Like, he was muscular, and then he gave up on all that pretty soon after.
I've got a really happy surprise on the list of Canadian bands. Steppenwolf.
No shit. Born to be Wild on that one fucking highway, in the Trans-Canada Highway.
Yes. Let's see. 3 Days Grace.
Yep. The original. Like, I can't do new 3 Days Grace because Matt Walsh...
Wasn't it the fourth day?
Matt Walsh does not fit. He can sing. It's just like... It doesn't fit the music to me.
Tom Cochran. Life is your aforementioned Trans-Canadian Highway.
Interesting. Life is a trans-Canadian highway.
The band Lighthouse. Don't know them, but
Lighthouse or Life?
Lighthouse.
I don't know them either.
That was my favorite architectural feature at any given coast.
Oh, you've been to the top of a lighthouse before, right?
Couple of them.
Yeah.
I got a really cool picture of the one off Tybee Island. That I did a panorama, like going from the base of it
Right.
up to the top. And I showed my cousin that last year, and he about got nauseous while sitting down. So it's like, all right, I win. Sorry, Scott. Rascals with a Z. Crowbar.
Now, do they say Zed in Canada?
Yes.
Okay.
You've not listened to enough BNL, apparently.
Nope.
The 5-man electrical band. The one that sign, everywhere sign, breaking up the scenery, blowing up my mind.
Oh, my goodness.
Do this, don't do that. Can't you see the sign?
Now, all right.
Oh, Gob. They did an awesome cover, Paint It Black.
I'm on Wiki
Or is it
now,
Gob?
and oh my God, there's some funny names. Now I'm going for funny.
Little Caesar and the Consoles.
One speed bike.
We can drive it home on one speed bike.
Oh my God, the three tards.
I felt retarded when I butt my head on the tailgate.
The three tards, and it's the number. It's not spelled out, which makes it better. Abandon all ships. The Acorn. Acoustically inclined. Acres of Lions.
That sounds dangerous.
African Guitar Summit.
Stampeders.
Adam and the Amethysts. I don't hate that, actually.
Godspeed You Black Emperor is awesome.
AIDS Wolf.
Oh.
What the fuck? Alert the Medic. The Almighty Trigger Happy. I'm just still in A. Oh my God.
Is the name of it the tribute to the neighbors of the South?
Another Joe. The Armchair Cynics. I like that.
Yeah, I think that's us.
The Arrogant Worms. Gee, I'm still in A, and this is still hilarious. These are all real, by the way, guys.
We're just punching all the bands or all the funny names?
I'm going just for the funny ones. No, this is there's a lot. Baby Blue Sound Crew. Bad, not good. All one word.
Nice.
Band from Atlantis. That's awesome. Baptized in Blood. Probably not a jazz fusion band. The Bar Mitzvah Brothers. The Bar Brothers.
Less hilarious, but one I've heard of is DOA.
Yeah. Better than POD, probably.
Or what about Closet Monster?
Big Black Lincoln.
Chicks dig it with an X and 2 G's.
Hey.
Sub with 2 B's.
Bike for 3! Exclamation point.
The Flatliners.
Black Tiger Sex Machine.
No means no.
Blimp Rock.
Shit, the best name ever, Propagandi. Thanks, Jonah Ray.
Propaganda.
It's funny. It's like I've heard of a lot of these. Like, had no idea that they're from Canada.
Bloody Chiclets. Like the candy. Or the gum, rather, not the candy.
Yeah. Which is funny because I was getting that confused with Tic Tacs.
Chick Tacs.
Yeah. Something about that Quebecois beer really landing well.
The Boombox Saints. I like that.
Nice.
Gee, there's so many good ones. Brass Action Lawsuit. Bunch of fucking goofs. All one word.
Naturally.
The Burning Hell. The Buttless Chaps.
That's what happens when I wear chaps.
Are you saying you're like Hank Hill? You don't have an ass. The cancer bats, candy coated killers, KILLAHZ.
What's going on?
Career suicide. The carpet frogs, cartoon lizard, Casper skulls.
Wait a minute.
Oh my God, there's so many chili whack. There's chicks dig it. Chromio. I've heard of that, and that sounds fucking horrible. The Cockshore lads. That should be us.
Tomb mold.
Copyright. Corky and the Juice Pigs.
I don't always copy bands, but I do. I'm copyright infringing.
Cryptopsy. Cryptopsy's from Canada.
Your father-in-law would be in kin mode.
Critical mass. DD/MM/YYYY. The date and the year. Daggermouth. That sounds cool. The darkest of the hillside thickets. Data romance. That reminds me of you.
Yep. What a long, strange trip that had been.
Devin Townsend Band. Of course, we knew he was from Strapping Young Lad.
You did.
You haven't heard any of that stuff?
Frozen with a PH.
The Doughboys. The Dope Poet Society. That's a great movie, by the way, The Dead Poet Society. Have you seen it?
Nope.
What? You haven't seen that? That's a good one.
Thanks, Sandy.
All right, so suddenly I'm not as interested in... I'm just kidding, Sandy. We love you. Elephant Stone. 11 past 1. The Eclecticos. The English Teeth. They're probably all over the place. Fat Man Waving. The Fembots. Nice. Fifths of 7. All right, let's see. The high dials. High Five Drive. I like that. And there's Hot Heat. I can't name any Hot Heat songs. Can you?
I've got one playing in my head, but I can't understand the words to attempt to tell you what's going on.
John and Lee and the Checkmates.
It says fast and upbeat.
The Jolly Tambourine Man. Kensington King Apparatus. All right, that's enough of that. There's a lot of them, guys. Like Major Hoople's Boarding House and The Masochistic Religion. Aren't they all?
Redundant.
Yeah, for real. Monster Truck. Where's Big Bad Voodoo Daddy from?
If he's not from New Orleans, I can't help you.
I don't know if... I just saw the word voodoo and...
Voodoo Glow Skulls?
Yeah. Big Bad Voodoo Daddy. Southern California. You and me in the bottle makes 3 tonight. Mr. Pinstripe Suit. I didn't know they played the halftime.
That by 2,000 miles.
They played the halftime show in 1999 at Super Bowl.
Before halftime shows were complete garbage, apparently.
I think the last... Well, you know what? The one with Bruno Mars actually was good. Bruno put on a good show. Even though I didn't know much of the songs. I mean,
we, enjoy, hating halftime shows.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm going to continue hating halftime shows.
Even Prince's? Oh, no, you don't like Prince.
More upset about Bowie.
Fair enough. Well, I think we were equally as upset about Cornell, so... And that was back to back to back, so... That fucking... Why can't anybody, shitty die? Why can't Yngwie Malmsteen die?
Did Billy Joel teach you nothing? Only the good die young?
Fair enough. Be an asshole and live forever. So we've done a lot of Canadian. I can't spell.
Canadian.
Canadian. Is Dane Cook from Canadian?
I think he's from Boston.
Yeah, you're probably right. So is Bill Burr, I believe. So, Steve, we've done Canadian beer. We've done Canadian music. Dare we move on to Canadian cars?
To the Bricklin, the car name for the man that started importing Subarus to North America.
Nice.
And he also happened to build his own plastic DeLorean. That's not entirely what it is, but is a fiberglass-bodied, wedge-shaped,
I like it,
reinforced plastic thing with going doors and really awful bumpers.
but I like them. You? Because of obscurity, or because of different, or because of all the above?
Because going doors.
There has
I
not
heard
been
about that long after the DeLorean, never mind the Bricklin, came out in 1974 and rocked a Ford 351 underhood.
Nice. Oh, that's right. Yeah, I did have American. Yeah.
And unfortunately, those doors were prone to jamming.
There has not been a cool car built. All right, so never mind. Let me backtrack. There's not been a car built.
Never. There are no cool cars, AJ.
We're not that hipster. There has not been a car with doors that do not open in the standard way. That is not cool. Every car from that was built with non-standard doors from the factory, all of them have been cool.
Gull-wings, butterflies, scissors.
The Lambos, Koenigsegg's, the McLarens, even the Aston Martin ones that open.
Yeah, that very skewed thing to get over its own bodywork.
Do you remember when the scissor door and the aftermarket Honda community was huge?
I remember seeing cars that don't normally have this, and I'm just wondering
Dodge Charger,
how and why. Yeah,
all four doors.
All four doors doing that.
It's fucking horrible looking. I'm gonna bring. So I miss suicide doors. I like those, and I'm gonna do you one up. I'm gonna build my own car, and it's gonna have suicide going doors. Instead of hinged from the top, they're gonna be hinged from the bottom.
So that'd be reverse butterfly doors.
You're not gonna be able to get in.
I think that's what goes on a jet.
Yeah,
it's like door double the staircase. Here you go.
Yep, that's not a horrible idea. It's a horrible idea, but it's not a horrible idea.
You're gonna have a devil of a time keeping that thing clean, inside and out. Kalen's car, the 2016 CRV, is Canadian built. So here's the plebeian ones that are. So we got a Dodge Charger, the new Pacifica Town and Country, the Lex RX, Ford Edge, Chevy Equinox, Dodge Grand Caravan, Corolla, see also Matrix, but not the Scion IM, which is still Japanese built, Toyota RAV4, CRV, and the Civic. And yeah, so my car was built what is now in the Tesla factory.
Yes.
But the Matrices were all built in Canada.
So here are 15 Canadian cars you cannot buy in the United States.
The Acura B series, that was the precursor to the ILX.
Yeah. Well, here's some horrible.
I don't think you're missing too much with that one.
Chevrolet Optra. OPTRA. Isn't that a horrible name? Like, those Econobox car names are so fucking shitty.
In stateside, you had Geo. In Canada, the same thing was Asuna.
Better. I always liked the logo for Geo.
Yeah.
I always dug that.
Little squish globe with the Chevy emblem. It's like, so just in case you forget what this is, your Toyota Suzuki is still a Toyota Suzuki.
And we're going to do something pretty cool here shortly after we get done with Canadian cars, because that list isn't going to be very long, and I just thought of a cool game to play with you, and I'm not going to tell you what it is until we get there, because I like surprising you. By the way, the Chevrolet...
You're in big trouble, listener.
The Chevrolet Optra is actually sold as a Holden Viva in Australia, and in Korea it's the Daewoo Lacetti.
Wait a minute. Wasn't that one of the car... like something related to a Top Gear shitbox?
Yep. Chevrolet Epica. And it is no...
More like
it
the
is not
Chevy
Epica. That is tragic looking.
That looks like the intermediate Malibu of recent years, and that's a compliment to neither.
That is...
What was the previous awfulness?
Oh,
The Daewoo thing? It still looked like the Lacetti.
yeah, that's what it looked like. It kind of looks like the Aveo, actually, but
Yeah.
it looks exactly like an Aveo, which is equally horrible.
Just no.
The Chevrolet Orlando. All right, it's not the worst crossover vehicle I've ever seen, but it's certainly not the best looking one.
Which is funny because a lot of these look like cars that are already sold here, just with different names.
GM also builds this car in Vietnam and in Russia's Kaliningrad port city and sells those Orlandos to the rest of the world. 2.4-liter four-cylinder with a 6-speed automatic. And it's at $20,000. Fuck you. The Pontiac Wave.
Not the G3, the tiny thing.
The tiny thing.
Yeah, that was sold here as the G3.
Yeah. The Mercedes B200.
Which was in turn the
Ford Focus.
the Aveo hatchback.
The front drive Ford Focus size compact sedan in Canada, yeah.
And then the Mercedes B Series, you said?
Yep, that is hideous. I'm losing.
Just in case you missed that Mercedes C230 hatchback thing.
They added 2 more doors and 2 more ugly.
Yep. Yes and yes.
There's the Acura CSX.
Are you saying they compressed it?
Yeah. Acura CSX is a Civic. It's a Civic.
Okay, it kind of sounds like a BLX. Whatever.
It might have, well, I don't know. They have a Type S with 197 horsepower, and you still can't get it in the Volkswagen City Golf.
Was that the
City Jetta?
Was that the older one?
Yeah, that's that
Oh,
one. I like that one.
Well, I was thinking that's a Mark IV.
Yeah.
Well, I was thinking like the Mark I's were still in production in South Africa for another 20 years after the rest of the world was getting the Mark 2, 3, 4, 5s.
The Nissan X-Trail. Why can't we get that instead of the fucking awful-looking Xterra? They actually like that.
Wow. It's like they made an Outlander look good.
It's a good-looking car.
Or it's like, yeah, it's a new Pathfinder. What is it? A minivan.
Jesus, a Japanese market GT version's 280 horsepower from a 2.2-liter diesel? Holy hell.
That'll have all the torques.
VW Transporter.
Yeah, Eurovan.
Yeah, basically.
It says like, and somehow we got the Rutan.
So what is a Rutan?
A Chrysler Town and Country, which had been rebranded as a Volkswagen.
Ew.
Perhaps the strangest Volkswagening since the European market Volkswagen Taro, which was a Hilux, but in Volkswagen drag. Well, by about 97, it had been snuffed, but the Hilux lives on.
It does. And Japanese Classics LLC had a right-hand drive Land Cruiser, under 100,000 miles, stock, stick, $19,000. That'd be hard to explain to the bank. Lada. You can get a Lada in Canada. 2 Lada.
Do
up
what
to
now?
06.
La-dee-da.
Is
that the Riva?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Oh my goodness, that's a geo tracker. The Asunya Sunrunner and Optima. Yep. Also see geo tracker and Suzuki Sidekick. By the way, they were cutesy tootsie little shit boxes, but I do miss seeing those things. And have you ever ridden in one?
No, I've driven a few of the later Suzuki larger ones.
XL7 or something.
Yeah.
4-door, right?
Yeah, the 4-door ones you kept seeing around. The tiny convertible ones, way less so.
So here's a fun story for you. My sister's ex-boyfriend had a tracker, a red Geo tracker, and I rode in the back of that to George Carlin for my 16th birthday.
Nice.
Right? Remember that story? As an option in the car, it looked like a Compass, but it was on the middle of the dash, and it had red on each side. So if you took a turn, it would show you how fast you were turning. It was a rollover indicator. So if you were in the red, you were at risk of rolling over if you turned too sharply.
You know, that's a really nice idea, except for the major thing here.
You're not watching the road?
No, I was thinking, how far can I get this thing before it tips? Part of why the on-the-go breathalyzer took so long to hit market.
Yeah.
How drunk can I get before I can just pass out, man?
So I looked for Canadian cars. So cars made in, what did you search for?
Just Canadian cars, and then the list is probably from 2017.
Jesus. Okay, yeah, a lot of them are made.
Because you can roll the clock back, like the Firebirds and Camaros of the mid-90s were built there.
Ford Flex. Equinox, the Chevy Equinox, Toyota RAV4, Corolla, Lincoln MKT, whatever the fuck that is. Ford Escape.
I think that's the Ford Edge, but in Lincoln Drag.
Ford F-150, built in Canada. Nice. That's hysterically funny. The Fiesta.
Well, I guess you can't see the bed's made of irony.
The MDX Acura. Volkswagen Golf, 2019.
Huh.
Interesting.
Interesting, considering that they're building the Jettas in Chattanooga.
Chattanooga. 2019 Mazda 3. Ugly as fuck. Have you seen the 2019 Mazda 3?
Not digging it. It looks like they melted the previous generation.
Yeah, it's the back I don't like.
Sorry, Jason.
It's very Acura ZDX.
Yeah.
In the back. I don't like that. You want to hear your game I wanted to play with you?
Sure. What can I suffer through now?
This is going to be one you're not going to have to look up at all.
Okay.
You're going to have a lot of this in your memory. Your favorite automotive logo.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm. Now,
as much as I wouldn't trust it, I would go with Alfa Romeo.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. And this will not be limited to just... It can be like the Corvette logo, which is a Chevrolet, but
the Maryland flag is what that is.
Yeah, it can be the model badge, not necessarily the make badge. Just because like the Hellcat emblem is cool as fuck, but that counts. So models count, not just makes. You can pretty much
which
take
is funny because a lot of them are words or letters
Toyotas
or
used to be
numbers. Yeah,
Toyota it's a Toyota on it. I don't know when the two circles.
Whatever it is, the Toyota Tech logo is pretty cool looking. The TEQ.
I don't think I've seen that. What models?
I think there's more on the trucks that used it, but my Ponyoda is wearing one. Thanks, eBay. That is something there for my amusement only, apparently.
You can pretty much take out...
Or there was actually a Toyota prancing horse, but it was South African. My first Tacoma had a sticker of that from Mechanic Shop in...
I remember that.
Greensboro.
I remember that.
And cannot replicate that anywhere. And, of course, that was the side I backed into a light pole in it. Whoops.
3D printer.
It'd be very flat 3D.
2D printer.
Yeah. And some way better stock than what I have access to.
Take out Honda and take out Acura. It's just a letter. I like the Acura emblem, but it's not.
Did you ever see the old school Honda emblem?
Yeah.
It was a much narrower one.
Yeah. Some people put it on their S2K, too.
Nice.
And actually, it looks kind of cool.
I would use an old school Pontiac emblem on mine, but it looks kind of racist. Like, what you got? It's an Indian head. Hey, their words, not mine.
Nah, man, you're
made of Bakelite.
You're just a Cleveland baseball fan and a Washington football fan and a Chicago hockey fan.
No. I'm a Charlie Sheen fan, and this is my homage to Major League.
Just a bit outside. I forgot that guy's name.
What, the announcer guy?
Yeah, the announcer guy always.
They can't all be Chet Waterhouse.
Well, he always reminded me
a synthesis of a sportscaster with the best voice ever.
True, he always reminded
Besides
me.
my own.
He reminded me of an American Paul Hogan. The way he kind of looks like Paul Hogan without a hat.
Yeah, I got to talking to Dad about how much he did not care for his Outback while on vacation.
Steve, you need another beer.
I do.
Do you want? Look, we can split a baby maker, or we can go Wells Banana Bread and just each have a banana bread.
Banana bread?
Banana bread. Let's do it. And that way we don't have to pour it in this glass.
It's English, and that was origins of Canada, much like our dumb country. Oh, hey, birthday in 2 days.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I'm not going to pee too, so there's that.
All
Keep
right,
the crowd
cool.
entertained.
I will keep them entertained. With what? I don't know. Today was really good, although I didn't get my taco fix for lunch. Oh, no. I might have to get that taco fix for dinner.
It's not over.
The day is not over with. Working up on a couple of new songs. I'm going to release a 5-song CD pretty soon. CD, you can tell how old I am. Just do a 5-song album this time. I guess that's an EP, LP. I don't remember what the terminology is, but gonna do that and try to get it ready in 2020. Trying to get some new shows lined up. Got a lot of new songs playing live. Just got back from a show in Spartanburg last Saturday at New Groove Artisan Brewery or Brewing Company. I don't remember. Really cool joint, really nice people, really good beer. I'm hoping we can get back there pretty soon. It was a solo show for me. Really enjoyed it down there. They had a killer chocolate porter, and they had a killer double black IPA, which I've never had a double black IPA before. I like the black IPAs. They are... Steve, now that you're back, how would you describe a black IPA? I was trying to describe it to the listeners, but I can't.
Not pale.
Fair enough. But yeah, they had a. Steve, I think I told you yesterday. Had a black double IPA at a New Groove Artisan Brewery, and it was delightful. And I don't mean that groove was in the heart, but by the way.
I know that one.
By the way, she, in that video, is hot. Now she is at. But that's okay. My hair's falling out and turning gray, so. Steve, we have never drank this particular beverage on mic before, and we's about to.
And crackers, too.
Yeah, I don't have the technology, so. They were pretty cheap. Did you see the price I got them for?
Not quite $3.
Yeah. For a beer and a
generous size bottle.
It's
not quite a bomber.
0.9 US or 1 pint. And
a
pint
quite,
plus 0.9.
Not quite.
That's stupid.
Yeah, not quite 17 ounces.
Weird. So we're drinking.
I think that makes it a 500 milliliter. That's why that was what it is. But it's funny to see that it's doesn't have the metricing on it.
Yep, Wells Banana Bread beer, brewed with bananas and banana flavor. It is delightful, and it's also good mixed in I think it was the old saucer thing was what, Young's Double Chocolate, and then we mixed it together. It's a chocolate banana bread. Just as good as it sounds.
That or a peanut butter beer would work too.
Sorry, Sean. So, Steve told me the news of one of our past guests on this podcast. Not only is he getting married, but something else is brewing.
Mel's gonna be a big sister!
Well, now we're really not ever going to see Brian. So, since he lives on the moon anyway, and now he's going to have a bunch of Martians with him too. So, sorry, Steve. How'd that beer taste coming out of your face? How's the banana bread treating you?
Still tastes apart. Still good.
Yep. But I love the taste of bananas, but like eating a banana, it's the texture, like that mushy. Because I don't like soggy cereal, and I don't like mushrooms, so I don't like that kind of wet, slimy taste.
And to find a banana of proper texture is difficult because if you look at it funny, it bruises and mushes and. For it to become pudding is kind of perfect.
Mm-hmm. Now, banana chips, all day, every fucking day. Those are delightful. And have you ever had plantain chips?
Yeah, same diff.
Oh, they're good. They're really good. So automotive logos. I'm trying to go alphabetically because I'll jump around too much if I don't. Audi, do you like the rings or you just
I'm indifferent.
same? It's like
It's funny that I'm pretty sure I saw somewhere where someone had taken the Audi rings and then add 3 more beneath it just to make an elongated Olympic logo.
I was gonna say Audi -1 for the Olympics. Yeah, completely indifferent.
That's harkening back to the origins of it during Nazi Germany that 4 different companies became Auto Union.
Now, I don't remember what AMC's logo was. Was it an eagle?
It looked kind of like a Chilean flag. It's just bar and then like 2 triangles of red, white, and blue.
Okay, yeah. I think
It was simple, elegant, easy to rip off.
Buick's is forgettable.
The 3 shields, but it was nice looking though.
Not bad. It's not bad. It doesn't do anything for me. It doesn't rustle the feathers. Chevrolets can go take a hike too. It's just a bow tie.
Yep.
Did I miss any?
It's funny because BMW Roundel, its origins are icky. Because aircraft. See also what I said about Audi's origins. It's very simple looking, but it's funny to see that Roundel used in cars using crash testing. That, you've got point A and point B.
Yeah.
So, all right, so you measure point A to point B, and then car gets mashed up. All right, well, how badly does this compress?
I wonder if during them figuring out what their logo was, if they Luftwaffled back and forth. One hand clap. I can't do that. Now you're just showing off.
I was like, I don't have stereo mic, so you can't tell that it was right hand and left hand.
You know what? I'll do it.
That's useless skills I developed a long time ago.
I'll pan it. I could fix it in post and pan one to the left and one to the right. I'll just pan you left and me right, like on the pot. That would be really weird for the listener, by the way. It would take up a lot more space too, because I'd have to put it in stereo.
Yeah. I was curious you did that. I was like, that doesn't seem like too big an issue that if we're on stereo or mono.
No, Rogan's podcast he does in hilarious, like he does in
way too high
192
bandwidth.
Stereo, which is kind of bonkers because if you're doing audio, of course you want it in stereo. And I know this is audio, but bear with me. Like spoken word, like BBC is 64 kilobytes per second mono, which is what I do this show in.
I've been experimenting with varying dropped bandwidths and stuff to listen to in the car.
Mm-hmm.
Like music and muted podcasts at 96.
Mm-hmm.
That there's some noticeable loss there, and then anything that's all vocal dropping as low as 32.
Mm-hmm.
That about makes it sound like AM radio. I
Yeah.
can still understand them, but by that point, it's noticeably degraded.
I don't on music.
Sorry, How to Money.
Well, when I mix down like these songs, I do it in 320 stereo. But you want the highest quality possible for the music, but it gets when you send it in to like when I have my song played on 106.5, they compress it even further and go to
that's
to
probably they wanted something as high as possible, so
I sent them a wave.
They're redoing.
Yep, I sent them a wave.
They at least have the best master quality, which brings me to an interjection here. The Universal Warehouse fire of 2008. Hear about that one?
I did.
Where lots of master recordings were lost, and Universal was about to have their pantsuit off.
Yeah, Beato had something about that on his channel.
Interesting.
Yeah. I haven't watched it yet, but
like that thing that I showed you of Christian James Hand doing with the individual tracks and whatnot and stuff. You showed me that, well, without those masters, you don't have that to go on, or things to play with and remaster. It's like, no, it's the extra 50th year anniversary of whatever. Like, what does it even mean? Well, with better technology, you can take the original analog recordings and make it sound better. Which is impressive that tape from the 1960s could contain what it did, and then that can be built upon.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if it goes up in smoke, you can't do that. So, well, here's hoping that 37th anniversary of Super Unknown sounds pretty good.
Well, I will play devil's advocate with you. When things are remastered, not all the time, but it's a 50-50 shot that when something is remastered, they brick wall limit it. They raise the volume and slam it, and it does not sound as good. If they remaster
I've heard some of the remasters. I can't think of anything in particular, but blah blah blah, it got remastered. It sounds like shit now, or blah blah blah, it got remastered. It sounds better now. It's like
a lot of times it's brick wall limited, and they just turn everything up to 100, and it's just a wall of sound. Sometimes it's different, but a lot of times, like the remastered
Grateful Dead's touring speaker collection has to do with any of this.
Remastered Nevermind sounds like fucking garbage. It's bad. Like, so I don't like Smells Like Teen Spirit. It's just played too much. But in that song, the verses are all quiet. They're real chill. Well, when they brick wall limit it and they turn everything up, those quiet parts are just as loud as the loud parts. So you lose all that power and punch from that big intro and
big
chorus.
The big changeover of everything.
Everything's the same volume. So it sounds like a big fucking basket of used dicks. It's just horrible. But other times, if they actually take the time to remaster it, then it can sound good. Car logos. I think we got to C.
Yeah.
Which you did BMW. We did BMW and Buick.
BMW, Buick. Yeah, Bugatti.
Bentley.
I can't even think.
Bentley.
Flying B.
Yeah.
Yeah, take it or leave it.
Yeah, same.
It's like sure looks cool, and got some pictures of the last one I drove.
C.
Nah.
Citroen.
Chevrons, not simple.
It's okay. Now Dodge has a history because you have the Ram logo, which went on a lot of Dodges, which was stupid to me if it wasn't a Ram. But then you had the old school Dodge logo, which was like the curved triangle that was on my Dodge D100. Have you seen that?
That one doesn't ring a bell.
What? That was different. I'm not going.
I was saying the pentagon. I mean the pentagram. I mean the Pentastar.
Yeah, the Diamond Star Motors. This was the Dodge logo back in the day. Yeah, simple but effective.
It would be perfect if Dodges contain rotary engines. Actually, har 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 har.
Well, holy fucking Jewish Dodge Brothers, Detroit, USA.
Oh my,
that's the old Dodge logo.
So which one's David?
The really tiny one, and then Goliath's the big one. Well, you know what? If we go alphabetical, we can hit most of them, I guess.
Eagle.
I like Eagles. I like the Eagle. Did we miss a D? Daihatsu.
So no, we didn't. What does it look like? Nope. Super.
No, we didn't miss a D. Ford? No.
It's varying degrees of script and an oval.
Yep. Well, at least they circled the problem. Well, Honda and Hyundai.
Fiat. Meh.
No. I'm with you though. Alphas is great. In fact,
Ferrari, prancing horse.
Cadillac. I like Cadillac's emblem. In fact, anything with a shield.
I like the older Cadillac emblem better that had the footless birds.
Yes.
I was like, it's a mythical creature. It's like, those are ducks. They're sitting ducks. And then, they took away that from it, so they simplified their fancy racing flag looking thing. Like, well, they simplified the lineup. Yep, what do we build now? Escalades and tiny shit that looks like Escalades. We tried to be interesting for a while. Nobody bought them. Who wants a 5-door Corvette?
Well, as cool as that sounds.
Yeah, I can't afford the car, the tires, the fuel, the insurance. Yeah. Else, the CGSV could be perfect, except for these pesky things getting in the way.
I give you Viper logo, the first gen Viper, the Sneaky Pete. The second one, the upside down Daffy Duck, I didn't like. And then the Striker.
It's funny that they morphed the Viper logo with the generations.
Yeah. The The Striker I like, but I love the Sneaky Pete. That's the coolest. Yeah, I like that. And I like the Corvette flag. I like the Corvette flags too. I like that. Saab?
Oh, you're really skipping a lot of the alphabet there.
Well, that's true. Shut up. I majored in math, not in spelling.
C. Sometimes C sounds like an S.
Well, GMC. Yeah, GMC. Yeah. Did we miss
letters? DeLorean. DMC. Meh.
Infinity.
Meh.
The
It's
circle with a heart monitor in it.
It's supposed to be The Road Goes On, or it looks like a pie with a piece cut out.
So now we have good Jaguar and bad Jaguar. Good Jaguar, prancing cat on the hood. Bad Jaguar,
cat head.
I love the Jaguar emblem. Maybe because I love cats.
Back when it mattered.
But arguably, well, not arguably, they were worse cars when they had that logo on the front because of when they were built.
And that's when you take your engine out of this Corvette you enjoyed the badge of so much and put its motor in the Jag. Much of your troubles solved.
Very. Would you still have some of that British hand-wired electronics?
How do you install crank windows in an 84 XJ? The Jag, not the Jeep.
I was going to say somebody like some statesman in Britain somewhere is turning over in his grave, putting roll-up windows in a Jag.
Less shit to go wrong. Up.
For real.
I think the
Jeep.
Jeep. They had bigger fish to fry. They had to go save the world.
Yeah,
75 years ago.
Yeah, they did. Kia, no. Lincoln, classy.
It was like the rectangle with the star through it.
Yeah, the vertical rectangle. Yeah.
That's trying to think. Was there a different version of that?
I don't think. I think Lincoln logo's been pretty steadfast in its.
I think it's a bit crass. It looks kind of like crosshairs.
Yeah. Lexus is just an L, so we can just skip that.
Well, Toyota's a T. Let's make this one an L. All right.
Mercury.
It was the neat looking, kind of wave looking thing.
Yeah. It was like at a 120-degree angle, 3 lines. It was kind of like Adidas to the side.
Yeah.
Yeah, you got. All right, so Mazda is interesting because they completely
the blue square, but Prudential sued their pants off.
Yep.
Or Nationwide, whatever.
And Renault, Renault had a diamond. So the Mazda emblem originally was like this circle
with a square in it.
And and now it's the
circle. The circle M looks neat. And then you see the people that have turned their Mazdas into Batman.
Yep. But I told you my idea. If I get my LS swapped FD, it'll be half Flying M, half Corvette flag as my logo.
Nice.
Nissan, nope. Never did it for me. It's just the circle.
And the hamburger?
Basically the hamburger.
It took me a moment. I was like, what is that?
Did Datsun have a logo? Or was it just spelled out?
I didn't say it was spelled out, but this is what we get for rapid firing this and not looking them up.
This is the best way to do it.
That said, we're not doing New Zealand bands, but the band the Datsuns from New Zealand, I think you'll like them very much.
Interesting. Did they change their name halfway through and call themselves the Nissans?
I don't believe any of these guys were alive in 1983.
Chrysler. Now I'm on Auto Trader because I've already.
Chrysler had several changeovers.
They did.
But have something that looks like a wax seal?
So so far we like the Alfa, the Ferrari,
the Lamborghini.
Yeah, I like the Bull. I love the Bull actually, and the Sneaky Pete Viper. I dig that too. Genesis is on here because it makes their own, but we're not going to count that because it's fucking Hyundai.
Genesis. I was like, wait, that's the Chrysler M with the wings on it, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's
Basically.
same diff.
Aston Martin. The
More wings.
Yep. Kind of played out at this point. Sorry, Mark.
It's our Red Bull.
Land Rover.
It says what it says.
Range
Well,
Rover
once again,
Land Rover has a logo.
they circle the problem.
Yeah, but many. Ugh. Mercedes.
More wings.
I like the Mercedes.
Plain Jane, but it works.
Literally plain. It looks like a propeller. Porsche.
The shield always looks good.
Shield's always, yeah. Even if it's a sticker on the GT3 and the GT2 to save weight. How much weight, really? Subaru.
I like that. The Constellation.
I like it too. Tesla, it's a T. Volkswagen, it's the letters.
B-dub. Yeah, but it looks cool to see them integrated the way they do. It makes it really easy to draw.
Bugatti. I like the Bugatti emblem. The extended B.
The EB?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, I was like the EB.
Yeah, the
because
EB.
it is Eletor Bugatti.
Yes.
Toyota now, meh. Old school Toyota looked better. It was rounder and boxier.
Isuzu did not have a logo.
They did. It looked like two bars. Because my brother's rodeo had it on the
You're
key.
right. You're right. And
You didn't see it much, but they did.
right.
It was a nice, simple design. The Suzuki S looked like that thing you always drew in middle school. I saw a motorcycle today, like guys on 45. Like, all right, well, we're all doing 75, and I hope you didn't get run over.
Yeah. Lotus. Pretty sure it's just
because it's them. It's got to be good.
tiny little bad. I think that's...
Like a tiny dragon thing, I think.
Well, we have the... You look that up.
Who the hell's emailing me?
Hopefully a job.
No, it's just Goldman Sachs. Please see that we can drop you for another personal loan request. Cool.
Maserati? While you're looking up Lotus?
Trident always cool.
Yeah. But do you like that or 5 better? 5 gum. Does Trident even still make gum? Maybe.
Dude, for a while I was chewing so much gum I got jaw pain, so I stopped. I think it's like, yeah, Trident. It's no Dentine.
McLaren. It's just a simple arc. You remember? Ooh.
I'm busy
looking up stuff.
Yeah, like Lotus logo. It's like, what the fuck are you, dope? Lotus car logo.
Goog you, fuckle.
Big dummy. Yes, that. That little guy. Howard Chapman thing.
Oh, yeah.
Take it or leave it. Or just don't load it all.
I was going to say refresh my memory, but it's not.
Take it or leave it. McLaren logo. What the hell is that?
You'll know exactly when you see it.
Spent the extra $2 for Rocket League to have the McLaren 570 in it.
Yeah.
This is making me no better. It says McLaren with a swoosh.
Yeah, it's just like a upside down Nike swoosh. Mitsubishi. The 3 diamonds
always look good.
Yep, I like that one.
As much as I don't trust Mitsubishi, that logo always looks good.
I had one, and you know what? It shit a transmission out on me, but it was fucking old when it did it. So I mean, it's really you can't really be mad at it.
What I told you last night, Chrysler's going to Chrysler.
Well, you know what's funny?
Wink.
What's funny with that is I replaced it with an older transmission. But a stronger one. The 88-89 transmission was stronger than the 87. They beefed it up, so they did. Oldsmobile. They had two different logos. Remember, they had the last one, which was like
they had the
O.
Well, it was the racket thing and the thing that looks sort of like a Mercury logo.
Mm-hmm.
I like both. I like the older and better.
Yep.
That looked like the boxy peace sign.
Yes. Plymouth, which was a boat, I think, at later years.
Yeah.
Which I'd never understood.
Because Plymouth Rock.
Shut up.
What holiday was it born on? I had to pretend to know these things.
Well, I revere your knowledge. Rolls Royce.
The double R?
It's okay. It's classy.
Yeah.
Quintessentially British. Ram.
Shit the Dodge. Shut the hell up.
Saturn. I liked Saturn's logo. Even if I didn't like the cars that much, I did like that. Smart, no. Scion, no.
It's really strange to see WRXs at car shows that have something that looks like a Scion logo on it.
Yeah.
That's just it's like, here's an S. Like, all right, well, there's a Toyota rounded T, the Lexus rounded L, the Scion rounded S, and then there's where the hell this thing is. It looks like a Scion logo. Like, well, you're not, and you're not a BRZ, so this makes no sense. What is that?
And we're rounding out with Suzuki, which I think was just like the S everybody drew when they were in high school. And Yugo.
A Y.
A Y. That's all we got for that.
Simple.
So then we got car. So that makes, but then we had the Sneaky Pete, and then I like the Corvette flags. What other cars had vehicle specific?
The old school Volkswagen GTI logo, just like the stamped out courier font GTI.
Yeah,
looks really cool.
That's really cool.
Somewhere I've still got the GTI badge off my first one.
Do you remember the Conquest TSI badges on the badge I had on the back? Like, I always liked that on the back hatch. Just the font, the blocky 80s font. Let's see.
It's real funny we're talking about this, that I'm a big fan of debadging. Never mind what a menace that is. Like, well, the badge is off, but the glue residue is going to live there forever.
The Resiglue.
By
the way, I'm thinking about making a run up to Pigeon Forge to seeing some of my old Star Quest Club buddies and see if any of them are still alive.
Y'all going to Dollywood?
Fuck to the no.
Y'all going to downtown? No, it's Gatlinburg. That was the one that's like, what, this town run by ninjas? To steal a joke from Grand Theft Auto. It's like, yep, here's another knife store. Well, another sword store.
Yeah. Well, if you go to Dollywood after 2:00 in the afternoon, you get a free ticket for the next day, which is cool as fuck.
Wow.
By the way. Yeah.
So it's still full price at that point, though?
Yep.
It's like, thanks, but could I just have the half price admission for here and now?
Here and now. I promise to love faithfully. Luther Vandross? Is that right?
Yeah.
I'm finding nothing but star ions. And they're no different. It's the same fucking thing. But boy.
But it doesn't have that thing tacked on the back.
Hello, fucking. Why'd you take that picture with a fucking pickle? Like, I can't zoom in on that. Like, god damn it. Well, every time you try to find something. Every time you try to find something, it's just impossible. I like the font of it. It was really cool. And for some reason, I just can't find it right now. I'm finding a lot of star ions, but nothing. Oh, here we go. Is this picture any better? There are parts of me that misses that car until I have to buy a part for it, and then I don't really miss it that much.
And that's when you see a Matchbox version of it. It's like, well, I never had to maintain this.
There it is. And that's a good color, too. I'll zoom out so you can see the whole car, but I like that font.
Yeah.
That blocky.
The ballooned font.
Yeah. That was Fiji blue. That was a really pretty color. That was a very desirable color. But all the S2000 colors are named after racetracks, which is a neat little Easter egg. But other than the cars we named, I can't think of a make or a
Volvo, the most male of the logos.
It is the most phallic, I guess. Although, look up Jeff Bezos' personal space rocket. It looks like a penis.
Peugeot, the lion, that always looked good.
The Rampart lion. Yeah, isn't that on the Scottish flag?
Yeah, because I think Welsh had a dragon.
Oh. I don't know what the Welsh have to do with dragons, but...
They're imaginary?
The Welsh are imaginary?
Yes. Chris Harris, noted automotive journalist, is imaginary. He is my new Stig.
By the way,
no,
that's our band.
I kept saying that, I'm a Stigist, now I'll be a Harrisist.
That's gonna be
heretic.
We are.
Whatever.
That's our band name, the Imaginary Welsh.
Somewhere in Wales is a town with a name 40 characters long.
Oh?
It's impossible to pronounce. Except for this one weatherman on YouTube that does it, and I think he's having a stroke at the same time.
Isn't there one in
And not a
Scandinavia
genius.
that has a name like this long, too?
Yeah, Iceland, the volcano that erupted years ago. So the volcano just erupted.
Thanks,
and
Taz.
Goodbye, everybody's air in the rest of Europe.
Interesting. So evidently so I was born in 86, so Chernobyl happened. Evidently the year everybody born in 1986 has had at least days taken off of their life because of that. Just because of the radiation in the air. That's nice to know.
Funny, because I'm pretty sure the people that were born before that are too. Oh, hi there.
True.
It's fun. It's like, so you had almost 2 months of clean breathing.
Well, yeah, I was going to say, though, I was significantly more immunocompromised than you were at that certain time that happened, though. So I was still developing my lung capacity, which I wish was a little bit better at this point.
Something, you don't swim. Well, now I have a reason. You blame Chernobyl for you not swimming.
Blame Chernobyl. Blame Chernobyl. Well, I've been thinking about learning how to swim because I can cool off in the summertime by doing that. But I need some pretty heavy duty earplugs since I can't get water in my
And
ears.
some pretty heavy duty sunscreen, but SPF 50 is very easy to come by.
I'll just do indoor. I'll just do pools inside.
Or swim with a synthetic shirt on.
SPF sun protection factor?
Yes.
Sweet.
One of the funniest license plates I've seen is in the area. It's on a Miata. And the license plate is SPF 0.
Nice. I cannot for the life of me. All right, it's not a logo, but I've always liked the original Supra font.
Yeah.
And the name. I love the name.
The Mr. Two Dragon.
Yeah, that too. That's a good one. This is hard. It's hard to remember. Like,
Yeah, how do I phrase this in the Google to look them up?
Car model logos.
Model logos.
Car model. More on welookupstuffpodcast.com.
Yay.
/ go fuck yourself and have your own podcast if you don't like it. Holy kittens, that's a lot. That picture? Sayat.
Daewoo seashell. Because you're going to throw this car into the ocean.
The Ascaris is cool. Vector. I can't believe Vector has one.
What?
Yeah.
What is that? Just a V?
Oh, it's better than that. It's a V with a diamond hat and font that looks like something from Max Headroom. That's so boss.
It looks like it's wearing a Maybach logo for a hat.
That's very apt of you. Oh, the Holden badge is also a lion, but he's also like playing with a beach ball or some shit. Like, look at that.
Gotta have some fun.
Lions just want to have fun.
I was like, a lion bird sitting on a snake's head as a snake is barfing up a golf ball.
Isn't Lionhead a band name?
It is now.
Nice. Oh, what is that logo? I've seen that before. The Z, that Z logo. Is that the Z logo? That's not. The Z.
That's Opel.
Oh, okay. Oliver. And the Ferrari. What is SJ on the? Because his name's Enzo Ferrari. So what are the S and the J for?
If you have to ask, you can't afford it.
I can't afford it any fucking way. So TVR. We forgot about TVR because it's just the letters T, V, and R.
I wouldn't say you forgot it.
True. Domestic.
Apparently that's an F, but because it's a J with a dash, because it's fancy script bullshit.
Oh.
So it's Scudiere Ferrari.
Oh, and Scudiere is Italian for the word team.
Italian word meaning stable for racing horses.
Scuderia is team. We forgot, Steve, about the Mustang.
It's horse.
What about the Impala?
It's an Impala.
It's a deer. GTR. It's the letters GTR. What about the M with the racing?
Those look good. It's gonna be really funny to see the new ones for the Supra. That you've got the blue, purple, and red stripes from a
Hooray.
M, and then the red, orange, and yellow racing stripes from Toyota.
Yeah.
To make your Supra racing emblem half a gay flag. It's fabulous, but June's over. But still, take pride, folks.
All the time.
This is why I'm kidnapping lions.
Kidnapping lions would be a great...
I'm totally ripping my previous self out, having said on FaceBase, have pride. This is why I'm kidnapping lions. Catnapping lions?
Catnapping lions? Catnapping lions.
Catnapping lions.
Why is there a Jack Daniels? Like, that's not what I searched for at all.
You said Harley Davidson logo funny.
Ugh. I love George Carlin's bit on Harley Davidson about the pussification of the American male in the form of Harley Davidson, because most of the guys that ride him are just like one of those wannabe, badasses on the weekend. They go to their little corporate Monday through Friday job during the week. Some of those jokes don't age well. I believe that one does. I got a buddy that rides Davidsons, but...
Did I tell you about the car podcast out of Denver when guy just rips into boomer culture, mostly in the form of Harley Davidson bashing?
No.
It's pretty fantastic.
That sounds rad tavish.
And after 200 episodes, I have no idea which one it was.
Steve, I will not judge you for that. I will, however, jury and execute.
Wait, huh?
Hot Wheels. The Hot Wheels logo.
It's hot.
The Volvo. What the fuck? What you search for and then what comes out are just a lot of times two different things.
Didn't search well enough.
You
didn't omit enough stuff out of your search.
I know. I'm
Wait for logos.
I'm starting to get Canadian porn stars again.
Go on.
I don't know. The Alfa Romeo logo's still
up there.
That's up there. So let's narrow it down to 3.
Alpha. And?
All right, so do we like the Ferrari enough to put it in there? It is just a horse, which is also the Mustang also.
But there appears to be some sort of prancing creature on the Porsche shield.
True.
And you can still buy a Porsche with a stick. Advantage Porsche.
We're just doing the aesthetics. We're just doing the
Like
aesthetics.
by that logic, that means Alpha's dead in this country too. Again. Oh, hi, 1995.
Well,
We didn't miss you either.
What's in the Corvette logo is a checkered flag, the Chevy emblem, and then something else in the corner. And I don't know what that is. It looks like a plus and minus. And there's a fucking 4-leaf.
Got a lift. But it's not the like high performance Alpha logo. It's a Quattrofolio. I think the wing was a Honda motorcycle emblem.
Yep. Yeah, it's like you car model logos.
Screw it. Alpha, Porsche, Honda motorcycle until further notice. Pick 3. Well, let's see if the recorder box fucks up again.
Damn you. Pinterest. Thank you, Pinterest.
Yeah. Do you want the app? You should get the app. Do
I
you want
like-
to give more pictures? Get the app. Get the app.
I like the Porsche,
Get the app.
but the Lamborghini. All right, so we're in agreement that the Alpha's in. The Alpha's definitely in. The Jaguar cat,
Earlier.
the leaping Jag cat. So Alpha and Jag. So do we do Lambo, Ferrari, Porsche? Is it between those three? I think it is. Or do we do Sneaky Pete?
Sure.
I don't think we can narrow this down in one podcast.
All right, so we're going to have what? The snake, the viper.
Yeah, the Viper is the snake in the Alpha logo, right? Because there's a snake, right? It's a snake and a where the fuck did it go?
A cat and two snakes.
Are we just gonna like mash up our own car logo? You're the drunk.
We're going to make the most unreliable car ever.
But it'll be beautiful.
Yes.
It'll be very pretty sitting in our driveway, which
It's
is
going to
fine,
be lovely as you push it along.
which is great because I don't drive any car, any nice car that I buy anyway. Jesus Christ! So the Alpha logo, but the snake in the logo is the Sneaky Pete, and there's a cat. Oh my god! All right, so I would say, I think the best one, not my favorite, but the best logo is the Alpha. Are we in agreement?
Sure.
It's the best one all around. There are some bad ones, and there are some great ones, and we just named a lot of the great ones. Anything that's just a letter is a bad one. But Steve and I are big fans of debadging, especially when I had my Conquest and all I had was the GSR VR logo from Japan on the back. Nobody knew what kind of car that thing was.
What kind of gigs are you driving, man?
Well, 4 wheels, man. Did you see the episode of Smoking Tire where Matt Farah drove the Honda? Boy, I'm going to butcher this. I'm not going to remember it. Maybe N600?
The tiny car with a motorcycle engine.
The Hayabusa engine in it?
That's the car everybody needs. Yes.
Yeah, red lines at like 15,000 RPMs, something stupid, just a screamer. And the guy had like an exhaust dump on it. That's super cool. And I think we need that in our lives.
That's an exciting way to die.
You got more beer left in there, sir.
Do what now?
More banana. You got more banana. It seems appealing.
Thanks for not going Stefani on that.
This shit is plantains. Plantains. I won the spelling bee 2 years in a row, too. And one year, when I was in 6th grade, I won the geography bee and the spelling bee both at my school. Like a fucking champion. You know what that did for me in the long run? Not a goddamn
Make some
thing.
really weird bragging rights.
Hey.
Yeah, Stanley County wides.
Well, yeah.
Made a citywides at spelling bee sometime in my youth, and something dumb stumped me.
So we're in agreement. Alfa Romeo makes the best car logo. Would you ever, you had to be somewhere 3 hours away in an Alfa Romeo that you've never driven before. Would you take that deal? Fuck no.
Can I have AAA chase me in their fastest truck?
Nope, you're solo. You are no. Yes, but the AAA truck is an Alpha. Never mind. This is our own fantasy world. This is our own fantasy world.
Got some weird fantasies.
Yes, I do, Steve. Yes, I do.
Are you saying that's your last one? Is it your final fantasy?
Which I've still never played.
Well, like I told you earlier, Zelda's too slow for you. This is only going to get worse.
I never played Zelda. Believe that or not.
They've improved since the NES ones.
Okay, good.
The ones for the Game Boy and the ones for Super Nintendo are really good jumping off points. So the third and fourth games in series are fantastic.
Okay. How many total of those Final Fantasy games are there, if you had to ballpark it?
The ones that are numbered are 15. And then there's a lot of offshoots that probably double it.
Yeesh.
So 30-ish.
Jesus Christ. There's a lot of those. There's a lot of Mario games. There's a fairly decent amount of Need for Speed games.
Because then it was no longer the number. It's like, is it Underground? Is it Hot Pursuit? Is it Porsche Unleashed? Is it Grand Theft Need for Speed?
Band logos? I don't think we have time for that. That'll have to be episode 37. They're 37 is going to have to be band logos because there's way more of those than there are. By the way, have you watched any of the Yugo episodes on VenWiki?
No.
Oh my Allah, you would love them because the guy has worked his way up from trading a rifle into trading for the Yugo.
Was it a Yugo rifle? So I traded Yugo for Yugo?
No, he traded. He likes to trade up every time, so like he just kind of slowly worked his way, trading rifle for something else, that for something more valuable, that something more valuable for something more valuable, until it just eventually that he traded something for a Yugo. That people have. He daily drove for a while. And by the way, when it was in first gear, it looked like it was a neutral. It was like 3 times worse than the old taco truck. Like, it was not pleasant to be in. And speaking of tacos, I'm kind of craving some tacos, but I don't want to get that fucking waiter again.
Yeah, the really irritating one.
Yeah, that one.
He's like, hey, I think I'm funny. You're not.
No, not at all. Not even a little bit. You're like diet funny.
Just 1 calorie?
Not even enough. We could do that, or we could do... Well, Dunwell's, it gets kind of Trumpy at night. And...
told Kay to be back to do something.
Oh, dinner with Kay tonight?
I don't know what the hell we're doing. We just spent the week together. What do you want?
Well, I was going to say, if you're on your own for dinner, then I think I am too, so you might want to check up on that.
Yeah, I get back to you on that.
All right, cool. Well, I think 36 is in the book. What do you think?
Yep.
Well, this has been episode 30.
It's not much of a book, but I'll close it anyway.
Yay! Well, Steve's closed the book on episode 36, so...
Tiny notepad.
Yeah. I'm AJ.
I'm Steve.
All right, Steve, we're done. We'll see you in...
So good night. Hooray. 2 weeks and things. Toodles.
Later. 2 weeks? Yeah, that's right. Right before your Vegas trip.
Yeah. Let's go someplace I can't afford on a plane ticket I can't afford. Cool.
I'll give you $2.
Hooray.
Later.